What's up? It's Dominic D'Angelo. It's a Wednesday. Hey, you know what that means. I'm with Robert Karpelis, WE Creative_ish. It's Rumor and Innuendo. And Robert, happy Wednesday to you. Are you ready for some blood? A little bit of guts. Maybe who knows what else?
Dude, I have no idea since you sent the rundown 12 seconds before we started. So
Literally.
I genuinely forgot what day of the week it is. Excited to talk all things AEW. We're going to say hi to the folks joining us live. Willie Thornbrew says, honestly, I'm not really that excited for Blood and Guts. Well, thanks for setting the tone. Wrestling Old Head said, good day, R&I, AEW Blood and Guts, hosted by Mike O'Malley. Do you have it? Maybe they can get Mo to be the special guest referee.
Well, look what I got here, Robert.
Do you have it? Do you have it?
Yeah, I'm ready.
That was tremendous.
I actually uploaded that today.
I know you did. How they didn't get Mike O'Malley is kind of beyond me, considering the work he did on Heels.
Right.
He's obviously a huge wrestling fan. He's a dude who's been campaigning so hard to get a third season of that show going. Seems like a no-brainer. Bring that dude in. But Jeff Henninger is a dude who's here, and he says, hello, R&I. Hopefully Robert and Dom can get me excited after the wrong thing.
Wrong one. I said hello, R&I.
I am. This is let's try this again. Hello, R&I. Hopefully Robert and Dom can get me excited after the morning I had. Oh, I'm sorry, Jeff. Were you also waiting for Dom to send you run sheets, and then they don't come until we're already here? Jerry Owens said, hello, R&I. Blood and Guts is 2.5 hours tonight. It is, really. No idea.
Uh-oh.
Beauty of a DVR. I just said it. I always said it to go an extra half hour. Old force of habit from the VCR days of taping Monday Night Raw and not wanting to miss the last 6 minutes of the show. For whatever reason, I wasn't watching it live. So
always a good move to do, though, when you were taping wrestling.
This is the pain that these kids today don't seem to understand. You miss it. There was no replay. There was no internet. It was, if you missed Raw, you had to wait until the Saturday morning programs, and you were maybe going to get clipped versions of the show, a video package.
Yes. Boy, taping was so key back in the day. And I liked doing it. It was fun. It was kind of fun to be like, okay, I can watch it. And yeah.
You get to fast forward through all those JVC Kaboom Box ads.
Right.
Or the
plugs.
Yeah, so many Castrol GTX ads. Countless. Stacker 2 was a little later. That was just, even as a kid, it was the inordinate amount of Castrol GTX. Like, as a 9-year-old, I should not know about thermal viscosity breakdown. But
do you think they were going for the crossover of NASCAR fans and wrestling fans? There seemed to be like a much closer gap back then between.
No, I think it was the you're going to sell to a male audience, so the assumption is this is probably an audience that's going to be able to take the you're going to take the easy route and say, well, they're going to probably want to work on their car, they're going to buy soft drinks, they're going to buy snacks, they're going to buy Slim Jims. It's kind of lowest common denominator thought processes back then.
Yeah. That does make more sense.
As opposed to the higher end folks who were sticking around to watch, Silk Stockings or La Femme Nikita.
Yes.
I don't like the noise you just made there. That was unsettling.
I've actually never watched Silk Stockings or La Femme Nikita. Never happened.
Oh, I'm sure you were missing a lot of. What?
I could have learned a lot. Maybe you're right. I probably could have learned a lot. Uh-oh. Are we frozen again? What is going on here?
Dude, I don't know. I think we're fine. Are you there? Can you hear me?
I'm here. Yeah.
Okay. You're here. I'm here. You're looking like brutal Bob Evans for some reason right now.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
You're not wearing a hat or a toque or something like that. It's a lot of Dom head. Dom's dome.
That's it.
But that's not where AEW Blood and Guts is from tonight. Tonight they are live from. It's not in the rundown, so I don't know.
Oh, isn't it? Dang it. Well, I'll take a guess, Robert, because I have it up here.
They are in Kennebunkport.
Ooh, close. Very close. Actually, they're in Greensboro, North Carolina.
Of course they are, because Ric Flair and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat are going to be there at the show. Love me some Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Are they going to be surprise entrants into the Blood and Guts match, Robert?
I sure hope not.
That would
But
be
look, of all the reckless things Ric Flair may do, letting him wrestle may be lower on the risk factor than letting him talk.
Is Ric Flair going to take a spike to the back like Jon Moxley?
What he does on his private time is his own business. But I can tell you something. If he's looking for a spike for his front,
no.
I'm so sorry. But guys enter the room dick first. Blue Chew isn't just a tablet, it's a cheat code for your crotch. Stronger, harder, longer lasting, like someone gave your downstairs a pep talk and a gym membership. Blue Chew is the original brand offering chewable tablets for better sex. And if you want to get up in her blood and guts.
Whoa.
Nope. I already feel bad about that. But we do have a special deal for our listeners. As always, get your first month of Blue Chew free. Just use promo code RUMOR at checkout. Pay $5 for shipping. That's it. Join Blue Chew's mission to upgrade humanity one thrust at a time. Head to BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring this episode of Rumor and Innuendo.
Oh, yeah. Get your Dragon Steamboating. I don't know. Hey, there's only 3 matches tonight.
Get your Dragon Steamboating.
Yes. You liked it? We got the men's blood and guts match, Robert. It's the Death Riders. It's Jon Moxley. It's Claudio. It's Wheeler Yuta. It's Daniel Garcia. And it's Pac going up against Orange Cassidy, Darby Allin, Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly, and Mark Briscoe. Do you think this is the end of the Death Riders here, Robert?
Remind me again, and you might not know this, but what are the rules in a blood and guts match? It's they all enter one at a time, and then is it only submission? Like, is it full old school war games that it's only by submission or surrender, or is pinfall permitted?
No, I believe it's just strictly surrender. You do, yeah, because I don't remember anybody getting pinned in those matches. It's always somebody giving up.
I just remember weird production goofs, or there was the thing where like Jericho was like hanging off the edge of a cage.
Mm-hmm.
I think the logical answer is that this would be where they splinter off from Jon Moxley, that Moxley fails them in some form or fashion, and we get a revitalized Death Riders going forward. On the other hand, we do have Roderick Strong in this match.
Mm-hmm.
Roderick Strong, they've been teasing that, you know, the dissension with him and the conglomeration.
Ooh.
So maybe Roderick Strong joins the Death Riders, which, boy, talk about giving him a poison pill.
Oh, no. Plus, you have the added element that his wife is Marina Shafir.
That is an added element. That is his wife.
Yes. Yeah. I hope that's not the direction they go, Robert. That'd be brutal. Brutal Bob Evans, if you will.
It would, but it would be a real kiss of death for the Death Riders if that's the path they go, because then they really do become a lower mid-card group. If it's Yuta and Garcia and Roderick Strong and Pac and Claudio, it's sort of the lesser version of it. But the problem is there is no brand split. I've said this countless times, and you do have another very large faction who's floating around there in the Don Callis family. So as one moves up, the other moves down, but you also have the Ops as this kind of group of heels. There's too many stables, and there's too many large stables, and there's only so much room at the table.
Right.
So you're getting this blood and guts match, but it's like, how many blow-offs have we seen? We saw Moxley as the world champion go into that battle with Hangman Adam Page. Everybody came out like that, like WrestleMania 40, and they thwarted Jon Moxley and they slayed the dragon. Moxley taps, everybody's happy. You then got the match with him and Darby, the I Quit match, where it's like, this is going to be for all the marbles and fish tanks. And that meant nothing. Now we have blood and guts with a lesser cast of characters. Yes, you have Darby and you have Orange Cassidy and Mark Briscoe, but Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong is definitely a step down from Osprey or Swerve being in this match.
Sure. Yeah, the star power is not as evident as this. I think it does create a different change of I don't know, atmosphere with this type of faction there in the conglomeration, but yeah, it doesn't pack as quite as a punch as a Swerve would or anything.
I always love when you add extra letters to conglomeration.
Conglomeration.
Weird.
Yes.
But on the women's side,
On the women's side, Robert, we have Tekla take it with Julia Hart and Sky Blue, the Triangle of Madness. They are called, Robert, if you didn't know. And it's Mercedes Monet, Marina Shafir, and Megan Bain all teaming up. They're going up against Chris Statlander, Willow Nightingale, Tony Storm, Jamie Hayter, Mina Shirakawa, and Harley Cameron. What do you do with this?
So this is 6-on-6?
I believe so. Yeah, let me make the count here.
That is a lot of entrances.
That's all. Yeah, it's 6-on-6, Robert.
Well, I think that the logical situation here is what we've seen so far with Mercedes Monet kind of slowly bailing on her own team.
Mm-hmm.
Does make a lot of sense. It is a good opportunity for Chris Statlander going into Full Gear to get a strong win, to continue to make this case of she is your world champion. She is going to retain. We've seen Mercedes win 45 titles. It still feels kind of like,
Yeah, it's like
there's people you can easily beat. You can beat Harley Cameron 100 times out of 100, and she's going to be fine. We've seen Julia Hart or Sky Blue lose a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
Nixon Newell not in this. Not going to work for her.
Nope.
No, she ain't doing the job.
Nope.
It's a chance for Tony Storm to get a nice win, given that her and Mina Shirakawa are a favored team in this. There's also the possibility of solidifying the Marina Shafir Megan Bain duo, and that they, in some form or fashion, get some sort of dominant pin or whatnot. Does feel like there's more paths forward for the women's side than it does on the men's side.
Absolutely. And if you really hammer home the point of like Megan Bain and Marina Shafir being like a powerful pair, you kind of in turn, if the men lose on the Death Riders side, it kind of reiterates, hey, Marina won her match, and Moxley is the reason that the men didn't win the match. Might make a little storyline sense. You can play it in.
I think there's a lot of paths forward on this, and you know what? It's nice to have those options. But on the men's side, it's a lot harder to get excited about the men's blood and guts because, like I've said, we've seen a number of these big matches lead to nothing.
Right.
And it's the challenge that we're going to be facing going into War Games, because the hope is, hey, there's going to be a lot of storylines coming out of it. I don't know that there's anything that happens after Blood and Guts that people are particularly excited about. We've seen Moxley and Darby go to war.
Mm-hmm.
Short of this being the end of the Death Riders, what is there next? It's not like anyone on either side is going to be elevated to the world title picture.
Right. No, that's the thing too. Like, do you think though, if you kind of
did you think?
Did you no? No, I didn't.
Yes, Jew thinks this.
Just
what a moment for MJF to return.
My goodness, no. Yeah,
we did used to do that quite a bit when where we would do pre-tapes, and it would be like, "We're better than Jew, and Jew know it," and just say it just subtle enough to see if anybody was going to pick up on it.
How about that?
We're so clever. We're very bro. It's funny because they're Hebraic, but they're saying you. Like Soldier Boy. Wonder if he's going to... Oh, I upset so many juggalos yesterday.
What'd you do?
Man. So we did the working stiff.
Uh-huh.
We were talking about Insane Clown Posse.
Yes.
I might have been slightly less elegant when talking about it with Scott Chaplin as the highly cultured Insane Clown Posse fan base would be.
Very highbrow.
Some individuals took some umbrage.
Do you have Juggalos that are Patreon subscribers?
Yes, but also this was in the main feed, so regular
sure.
folks listening to it just across the board. But yeah,
Uh-oh. Are you gonna have to do a make good and paint your face?
no, never under any circumstances.
Papa Fanta?
I don't know if you were saying to Papa Fanta or you were calling yourself Papa Fanta, which
No.
look, you spent one evening hanging out with Rob Van Dam, and all of a sudden this is what's happening here.
How goes?
I did see you posted the picture on Facebook. You went up Permane Brothers. You did the only thing there is to do in Pittsburgh, which is get a sandwich and put the French fries right on top of it. I don't have time to reach over and grab the side dish. Just slap it right on
Just
there.
throw it right on there. The fries, the coleslaw, it's amazing. I love
And Wrestling All Head dropping a Fago reference.
Oh, that's what I meant. I said Fanta.
Yeah, I know what you meant, but I was just more enjoying, Papa Fanta. Feels like your club name. This is DJ Papa Fanta. There's another match on this show, thank God.
Yes.
So in between Blood and Guts, because you don't want, it's like big hardcore match. You need a breather. And what's that breather match they're giving? Something to let the audience kind of chill?
It's a false count anywhere, Robert.
I give up. Cool.
Mm-hmm. Between Hangman Page, your world champion, and Powerhouse William Hobbs.
Is that a match you need to be giving away on the Blood and Guts show?
Probably not. Nah.
Voice went really high on there.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like if you needed to book something to make sense in this situation, you could have gone sort of the opposite. I would not have given away Hangman Page and Hobbs on this show. That is a main event of Dynamite type of match. Right. And a main event type of Dynamite match where it's Falls Count Anywhere, that you can just sell on its own. People are going to tune in. And if you hyped it throughout Blood, you're going to get tire kickers on Blood and Guts. You're going to get people who are like, look, I don't necessarily tune into Dynamite every single week, but they're literally giving away a pay-per-view quality match in Blood and Guts on free television. And this is a great advertisement for Full Gear. If I were them, I may have gone Joe and Hook.
Yeah.
You can still tell the story.
Mm-hmm. Like a straight up match?
Just do a straight up match with those guys. Mm-hmm. And then have Hangman run in for the save. And maybe there's something that leads to why we're going to see Hangman and Hobbs next week.
Yeah.
Or you could do Joe and Eddie.
Yeah. Oh, that's again.
It's. I feel like of the iterations and combinations you could do, this is the one that has the most value because in some people's estimations, Hobbs should be the number one contender for the world title. He's a dude we saw get elevated to that level against Moxley.
Mm-hmm. And Hobbs is like just somebody that everybody's been chomping at the bit to have in that main event picture. But he's been like in the Big Show role where he's a face 1 minute and he's a heel the next. And it's just like where then you just lose him in the universe of AEW. And that's a common occurrence for many folks. But Hobbs is pretty highlighted for.
I also think it's a risk doing a Falls Count Anywhere match with 2 Blood and Guts matches. Because yes, Blood and Guts, you're contained into a cage. So these guys can brawl anywhere. But the audience is going to be pretty desensitized to violence for violence sake.
Right. Yeah.
And it's not fair to your performers. You want to give them the best chance to succeed. And I'm one of those people who I used to love. It was always funny when it would be World War III and they would have multiple rings. But for the regular matches, you were confined to one of the 2 rings.
Yeah, right.
It was kind of fun. It was like it was something like there was just something slightly off about it that I enjoyed. Like when you're in school and you're having class outside for a day.
Yeah.
It's something slightly, it makes the regular matches that much more interesting. I would have maybe also gone with a Kyle Fletcher TNT title defense.
Yeah, that would have been good too. Just to have something set up that's different, but still kind of has high stakes for it too.
I think that or I mean, I know they don't have a lot of titles that you could have put in there. It's not like you could have done an Okada match or you could have had Brodito defend their tag titles or any of the other, belts they got lying around there. We know we still got that national title floating around there. Not the one held by Mike Mondo.
No. former Spirit Squad member, Mike Mondo.
Talked about that quite a bit on Working Stiff, by the way. But we went deep on talking about the Spirit Squad. But what I also don't fully understand is if you're gonna create a tournament or the Gauntlet Battle Royal, whatever the Casino Gauntlet thing for a new belt, why would you not take the time to clear that belt in advance?
Yeah. And you would have to think too. Wouldn't that have been on Tony Khan's radar that hey, there's the national title in the NWA?
I'm still trying to understand the purpose of so you united two of your belts. You had the international title,
Mm-hmm.
and you had the continental title.
Yeah, Continental Championship.
Yeah, and they merged those together. And the idea was that one of those titles was going to be defended all over the world at different events. So it was going to be defended at CMLL, or it was going to be defended in London, or they were going to go bring it over to Japan, and it was going to be a title defended sort of across continents. So an intercontinental.
Oh,
hey, that would have been. Oh wait, no, and I think that's taken.
Yeah.
The Saskatchewan Hardcore International title.
Yeah.
Held by a friend of the show, Lance Storm. They could have brought that back. But to reintroduce a national title, it's very odd. And then trying to tie it into the lineage of a belt that already exists elsewhere.
It's a head scratcher, Robert. Just too many titles. It's just way too much.
Yes, by the way, Devin D tries to point out the point I was going to make, which was the NWA National Championship lineage is actually into the WWE former WCW US Championship when it was merged in the 90s. The NWA brought back the AWA's National Championship, and Mongo had that. Yeah, look, the reality is the NWA World title, in theory, got absorbed into the WCW World Heavyweight title. Mm-hmm. Which then merged into the WWF title to make the undisputed title. It's stuff like this that makes watching like Infinity War. Oh, this is easy. I totally remember what happened 17 movies ago because I remember that there was that time that there was an Intercontinental title and then they got rid of it and then they brought it back. And I believe the returning champion was Rob Van Dam. Yes. Who then had an ECW title and a WWE title, but forgot to get a driver, and we had to take both of them off of him. And now he's hanging out at Permani Brothers with Dominic D'Angelo.
Having a damn good time, too.
Wrestling Old Head says the NWA Double J returns with the Rock and Roll Express. I don't think we're going to be seeing that Ricky Morton for quite some time after what happened to him at BRCW November Knockdown, which is available now for free on YouTube. But he took on his son, Kerry Morton. And father versus son. It was downright Shakespearean, and he got hit with a Shakespeare and a shake DDT, and he got his shake ass kicked.
Man, I can't think of a good Shakespeare pun right now, but check it out on the BRCW YouTube channel for sure. Robert, would you rather?
Wrestling points out that Dastardly Kerry Morton is now with Steve Macklin. He's also with Big Ben Bishop as part of our stable. His Way stands for honor, integrity, and structure. There is a fourth member. We filmed a vignette. I don't know if it's available yet, but
who's the fourth man?
Who is the fourth man? It's Kurt Stallion. Look. If you're going to give me a roster and you're going to let me play with the guys that I genuinely think are really talented and wonderful, I'm going to put them together and I'm going to have a lot of fun with them.
Did you know Big Ben Bishop is 6'12"?
I did know that he is 6'12", which I enjoyed. Not as much as where is it? I want to make sure that I'm getting this right because so EJ and Duca's name is the Judge. He is 6'7", and the damn kids at the show loved that he was 6'7". Oh, that's the big thing. Oh, it is. I literally pulled him aside. I'm like, dude, how are you not just running with this and making capitalizing on this nonsense right now?
Right.
That's a good idea. Jeff Henninger says, can't wait for Tony Khan to announce he's bringing back the X Division title. By the way, how do they not have a cruiserweight title?
Oh, it's unbelievable, Robert. Like, if you were to make a new title, that should have been one you make. Like, it fits your.
No, if I was AEW, given the number, I would probably create a 6-man title.
You think so? Oh my god!
They really should create a 6-man title.
Robert, would you rather have less titles in AEW or less factions?
I would rather have 2 rosters, but I've said this a few thousand times.
Mm-hmm.
You can have multiple titles. You just need rules. It's like writing any television show. You have your script Bible. And if the idea is on one show is Hangman Adam Page is your world champion with a secondary title and tag titles and a women's title, great. If on the other brand you have Kazuchika Okada as your world champion, a secondary title, the other women's title. So if you have the women's title on one, you have the TBS title on the other. A second set of tag titles, if you decide, or the tag teams can move for both, like a men's and women's.
Trios on one,
and then trios title. It's so simple, and also it reduces that pressure when you look at all of the people who are not on an episode of TV, wondering where they are.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so simple because he does have 4 hours of primetime television.
I think the issue either way, though, is the fact that you have so many titles. Even if you did do a brand split, it would still feel like too much, and like it would lessen the impact of what your championships actually mean because everybody still has a championship. I think that's still the trouble you'd run into, even if you did do a brand split. But I see what.
As long as you keep track of it, you're fine, and it's not that hard to keep track of it.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you're literally you're mapping out your stories, and it's like, okay, if Kyle Fletcher is your champion and Mark Briscoe is going after him, there's a story right there. There's your TNT title. They can do their thing. There's another secondary title now, this national title. The guy going after the national title. So be it. You clearly have multiple 6-man teams in the Demand and the Hurt Syndicate and the Ops and Hangman's little crew. You can easily build a 6-man or 2 or 3 out of the Don Callis family. You can build a 6-man out of the Death Riders, and they're going after the 6-man title, or a tag team going after the tag titles. It makes organizing it so much simpler. Booking is not that difficult, and when Tony makes it seem more difficult than it is at the most basic fundamental level, it's where it drives me nuts. And you know where it drives me, Dom? It drives me here every Monday through Friday at noon Eastern on a plethora of platforms, including WW Creative_ish X account, the @Dominic D'Angelo X account, the @SE Scoops X account, and on YouTube on Rumor and Innuendo, ad-free shows, and podcast heat. Of all the shows we did, this was the most recent. So on behalf of the baldest producer I've ever worked with, Mr. Dominic D'Angelo, I'm Robert Karpelis. Best of luck in your future endeavors.
Let's go to the leaderboard. Mo!